Evening everyone, welcome to Monday night's webinar. How fantastic is that Vegas video? Just pop a wee Y in the chat bar if you are going to Vegas. Let's see how many are going to Vegas. Brilliant. Well, looks as though everybody's going to Vegas. And that's the thing, Vegas can be absolutely anybody's. All you need to do is just go and check out the criteria, see how you can get there, and do your best. Do what you have to do to get your plane ticket to Vegas. So just a little introduction of myself. My name's Laura. I run the business with my partner Paul, and we've been doing this now since June 2015. We originally just joined the business, really just for something to do around 2 kids. My little boy, most of you know, he does have some behavioural issues, and the thought of going back to work just really wasn't an option. Paul works full time, the painting and decorator. He has been able to cut his hours down due to us doing this, which is really, really good. We built our business up to gold distributor level within 4.5 months. But from the date that we set our goal, it took us 8 weeks to get to the gold distributor level, which is just basically a team turnover of £9,000 every 4 weeks. After that, we went 10 active rides, which just meant we had 10 active distributors within our team, which increased our check from £842 to £1,230, or round and thereabouts. Tonight, you're going to hear from a couple of speakers. You're going to hear just a little bit about their goals and what they've done so far, and also about their experiences of the showcase that we just had a couple of weeks ago. Take notes, keep your chat to a minimum on the chat bar. It is very off-putting for speakers. So if you do have any questions, please take a note of your questions and take it to your sponsor at the end of the webinar. We're also going to have a fantastic training from Luke Hailstone as well. So again, make sure you've got your notepads and pens ready and take as many notes as you possibly can. Just also a little wee note there, when you see loads of A's flying up your screen, it's not that people's fingers are stuck on the A button, it's just our way of showing appreciation to the person who's speaking. Obviously, they don't see us, so they can't see us clapping, so the way we show our appreciation is just you can see it there, everybody's popping their A's in. So, cracking on, we're going to move on to our first speaker of this evening. This lady has done phenomenally well since she's joined the business. She's not been in the business very, very long, and in her first 4 weeks, she absolutely smashed it. But I'm going to let her tell her story. So, when you're ready, please take it away, Jenny March.
Evening everyone, can you all hear me and me okay? What go on, Terry? Right, so yeah, I started the business end of September last year. I've had several health issues going on for a couple of years, so therefore I had to leave my job that I loved. I was a teaching assistant and I worked one-to-one with children with special educational needs. So I had a couple of months with no pay and I thought I need to do something. So I had a look and I found an advert, I replied to this advert and Laura got in touch and it went from there. I was a bit nervous, I've lost a bit of confidence since I've not been at work and it took me a while to get started. But once I got started and with the team that I've got around me, it went and it's done really well. And I was only started wanting a little bit of money each week, something to do, something to keep me occupied. I wasn't interested in the big money to start off with. And then we went to the showcase. Now the showcase was absolutely amazing. I mean, look at that video. Who wants to go to Vegas? I'm on that plane. I definitely want that. And if you didn't get to go or you've just started, please make sure that you get to the August one because it will just be superb. The speakers that they have are absolutely inspirational. Their journeys, they've done it, they can do it, why can't you? if you get a chance, head over to YouTube and catch up on the videos because that's absolutely brilliant. So I am on this plane next year. I've got my poster here. Don't know if you can see it properly. Jace is a better Marilyn than me, so he will be Marilyn, I will be Elvis. So that's going, and we set my goals. So my goal is I will be gold by June. So in time, end of period 5, in time for the Cheltenham Live, Clean Easy Live. That, and Laura will come down and see me for that one. So, and then I will aim to be bronze by period 9. So I will be on that plane next year, and I should imagine a lot of other people will be on that plane with me because we're all just going to smash it. So basically, how I did the retail last, September, October, November. I'm just now starting that with my sponsoring, with the adverts. I'm just doing it purely on Facebook at the moment. And I've also got this book because I need a little bit of help with it. I'm struggling a little bit, but we will get there. So yeah, I mean, you don't know what you don't know. So get to know it. That's what I'm trying to do, and just smash it. Just keep going and ask questions. So thank you very much. I'll pass you back.
Thank you, Jenny. Absolutely fantastic. You just heard her saying there, she's got her ticket to Vegas. Jenny's absolutely definite. In fact, I think it was just after the showcase, she did say, I've got my seat on that plane. So Jenny got to work and set her goals. She's found out what she's needed to do to get a guaranteed place to Vegas, and she's set her goals, and she's worked backwards, planned it backwards. So absolutely phenomenal. Our enthusiasm within the team is absolutely amazing as well. She joined with no confidence, but genuinely when you speak to her, she sounds like she's brimming with confidence. It's lovely to just even speak to you on the phone. I'm going to move on to our next speaker for this evening. Now, this speaker, you've saw her a few times before, and she comes out with some fabulous advice. So please make sure that you are listening carefully and take it away when you're ready, Louise.
Hi everybody, can you all hear and see me okay? Oh. It's been a wee while since I've been on actually. I'm not going to go into my story because I think most of you have actually heard it by now, but basically I've been in the business probably for about 15 months now. Turn the volume up, is that a bit better? Yeah, and last year I was at every single sorry, my volume's up as loud as it'll go. I was at every single showcase last year, and I was absolutely gutted not to make it in January. I was really unwell over Christmas and New Year, and I was actually advised by my doctor not to travel. I was actually in my bed for about 2 weeks, and it was a really difficult time, I must admit. But so my impression of the showcase is actually via live stream. I was so thankful, don't get me wrong, that we had the live stream available, but it just wasn't the same as being in that room. The atmosphere in that room is absolutely electric. It is so hard to put into words if you've not already been, and I'm sure you heard from Jenny just there, who has just experienced her first showcase. It really, you have got to be there to experience it. Live stream's great. You still get to hear what's going on and see the recognitions and stuff, but it just does not have the same impact Believe it or not, I actually had to turn Michael Cathcart up, which is very unusual. I had the volume at full blast to actually hear what was being said, but it just wasn't the same. So my top tip would be to anybody: if you can get there, do what you can to get there. You know, all the dates are there in the DSA and plenty time to plan around it, whether it's planning childcare or time off from the day job, travel, expenses, things like that. It is so doable when you can plan in advance, because you do have to see it to believe it. Not just the atmosphere, being able to meet up with your team as well. Some of them who you maybe haven't met before. And I was truly gutted not to be able to meet some of my newer team members who it was their first showcase. But, you know, it just couldn't be helped this time. But meeting other people, hearing the speakers in the room as well, I mean, just come over so much better. And also seeing the recognitions in the flesh, seeing, like, you know, just the excitement, the atmosphere, being able to speak to other people in the network as well who are maybe not in your team, you've maybe never come across them before, but you know, you can speak to them, you can ask them questions. Everybody there's certainly no sort of discrimination as in, oh, you're not in my team kind of thing. Everybody will chat to you, everybody will tell you their experiences, and it is absolutely invaluable, I have to say, absolutely invaluable. However, watching it on live stream did give me the kick up the bum that I needed, motivation wise, I must say. And the buzz from my team members when they've come back actually has been a great help to get me back on track and stuff. I've also been reading, big thing for me actually is personal development. I put it off. I'd rather do everything else first, but read a book. Here you go. I'm reading this one at the moment, and I'm actually really, really enjoying it. I even took it in the car with me today and read it while I was waiting to pick my daughter up after a hockey game. I might only have got 10-15 minutes, but it was still 10 or 15 minutes of reading done in the car, extra reading, because I took Laura's advice, and Laura's top tip was to read first thing in the morning. So this morning, before 8 a.m, I was in my bed with my cup of tea and my book, and I had 2 chapters read. So certainly the way to go. But really, that's all I've got to say, guys. I mean, I hope I've kind of put it over to you that you do really have to be there to experience it. But I'll go just now, and thanks for listening. Cheers.
Fantastic, Louise. Thank you very much. You heard from Louise. I know that there was a few issues with the volume at the start there, but she did say basically that this time in just a couple of weeks ago, she wasn't able to get to the showcase. She was quite severely ill, actually, and she was advised not to travel. But it never stopped her. She got the laptop out and she watched on live stream. But she felt she could feel the difference from watching it on the laptop to actually being there in person. There's a massive, massive difference. You have to be there to experience the atmosphere. Absolutely phenomenal day. So Clean Easy Live events are coming up starting in April, so make sure to check out where your nearest Clean Easy Live event will be. Off the top of my head, there's Falkirk, Newcastle, Cheltenham, Aintree, Epsom and Ireland, I think. So make sure to check it out, and if you've not been, it will be free for you to attend. Louise also mentioned personal development there. Now, I know a lot of people struggle with personal development, as I did in the beginning. I still do to a certain point, but the biggest trick that I did find was reading first thing in the morning before I done anything else, and that's the tip that I've passed on to the team. I think it's easier if you can get it out the way in the morning. And I actually read a little bit before I go to bed at night now, which is very not like me. So personal development is a massive, massive must in this business. You have to develop your mind in order to move forward in the business, because it's just the way it is. We're trained to be working 30 to 40 hours a week for somebody else. We're not trained to be working for ourselves. We're not brought up that way. So we have to kind of retrain our brains, so to speak. Louise, the only thing Louise didn't mention there, and I'm going to mention it for her, is Louise did say that her team, when they came back, gave her the kick up the bum that she needed, give her the bit of motivation back. And she has set goals. And again, Louise is aiming for Las Vegas, so she knows what she needs to do to get to Las Vegas, and she's planning backwards. It's okay, Louise, I remembered. She knows how to get there. She knows how to get that guaranteed spot to Las Vegas. It's just a phenomenal chance. What I would say though, the one way to get to Las Vegas is you need to build your team, and you have to learn how to coach your team and get them off to a very good start. And this is where I'm now going to introduce Luke Hailstone. Luke Hailstone's going to talk you through and show you how to get people off to a really, really good start fast. So please make sure to take notes. Keep your chat to a minimum. Again, as I say, any questions, take a note of the questions and ask your sponsor at the end of this webinar. So I'll pass you on to Luke now.
Hello everyone. Can you just put Y in the chat bar that you can see and hear me okay? So that'd be a really good start. And who had their volume turned up for Louise, and then when Laura come on, jumped out of their skin when that started. Hang on, this isn't quite working for me. Let me just try this again. Excellent. So, like Laura was saying, my name's Luke Hailstone. Just to tell you a little bit about me before we get up and running. Actually, I don't think I will tell you a little bit about me. I think I'm going to have to log off and log back on again to get this working. But yeah, I'm just going to have to log off and log back on again to get my slides up. So just bear with me.
Just while I did the other way there. Okay, so whilst Luke's sorting out at his end, you heard me talk about at the start, I never actually told you what my first paycheck was. Our first 4-week paycheck in the business was £252. 4 weeks. So just for the benefit of the new people here tonight, can we all just pop in the chat bar what your first 4 week or your first check was in the business? So mine was £252. Cheryl Duff, 268. Carly and Ian, 264. Jenny March, 388. Karen Handley, £93. Stephen Eldridge, 187. I need my glasses. Virginia, 177. Alan Tom, 288. Louise, 474. Terry Lee Cotterill, 262 for 3 weeks. So there you go. She earned more than me in a week less. Sharon Cooper, £115. So you can see there, the amounts vary. You can earn anything generally between £200 to £500 in your first 4 weeks. So you saw what can be earned in your first 4 weeks. But let's see what can be earned really as you move your business forward. So just for the benefit of everybody, again, that's all new to the webinar, what's been your highest check in the business? So ours was £239. And I'll hand you over to Luke after this. So we've got Carly and Ian at 508, and we've got Luke Hailstone at 1,276, Cheryl Duff, 571, Stephen Eldridge, 405, Sharon Cooper, 115, Louise, 531, and Virginia, 407. Luckily, Neil Young's not on tonight, because he would put us all to shame. His best check in the business has been around £7,000 in a 4-week period. Who would want £7,000 every 4 weeks? Because I do. I certainly do. That would definitely give you the financial freedom that you want and need and crave. So, and there's no trick to it, there's no secret to it, it's just following the system that we have in place. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pass you back over to Luke now to crack on with the training.
Right, guys, if you can just put 3 in the chat bar, if you can see me, hear me, and you can see my slides. We had this webinar organised really early. We had it organised by yesterday afternoon, actually, me and Laura. So we said, well, something's bound to go wrong then with the Gremlins, and it did. So there you go. That's what happens when you're too organised. Excellent. So just before I go into the training tonight, there's just a couple of recognitions I just want to give quickly, just for the start of this period already, because I've just been speaking to a couple of team members today. I just want to say well done to Vicky Adams, who's gone and collected some catalogues today, and she's got 135 quid of orders to put on today. That's along with about £100 of orders she's already put on this period already. So well done, Vicky. That's fantastic. I want to say well done to Sophie as well in Virginia's team, who's put her first order on. She's brand new. She's put her first order on of over £150 on the first lot of welcome rewards. So well done there, Sophie. And I was just speaking to Sharon Cooper as well before coming on the webinar tonight. And she's achieved £90 of orders in about an hour tonight, just before the webinar. So that's £90 of orders on top of the orders she's already got this period in about an hour. So if you're out there doing the posts and interacting with the people in your group and posting external groups, then the items are going to sell. So well done there, Sharon, as well. Okay, so another thing, about 30 minutes, half the time. They give you enough credit there, Sharon. Well done. That's how quick it is online to get orders. So you think about it, £90. She's well on her way to achieving new things this week. So fantastic, Sharon. Well done. So we've also got people in our team that have got the sponsoring bug as well now with the showcase and really excited about their goals. People are sponsoring into the business. I want to say well done quickly to Karen as well. Karen Handley sponsored her first couple of people in this week. So with the people sponsoring, I really wanted to do this training with you just to go through the process of what we do when we're signing people up, just so we can get our new people off to a brand new start, especially you guys that are new to sponsoring. It's just really to go over the steps of what we do to get people up and running. So the first couple of bits we do when we're on the phone with the prospect, and then they say the payment's been successful and they're now a member of our team, we say congratulations, well done. And then while we're on the phone to them, we send the welcome email. Now, if you haven't got a copy of this welcome email, go to your sponsor, because they'll have a copy that they can send to you, which you can just edit to suit yourself. Now, on this welcome email, we have a link to our Facebook profile, just in case the person's not connected with us on Facebook already. We have a link to the resource site, the 10steps.info. We also have a link to the webinar when it's on with the time and date and how you log in with the details there. And then we also include a link to their nearest workshop, which we do. So we know where they live by now, because we've got their postcode, we know where they live. So we can have a little look at Google where the nearest workshop is, and we can put the link on there for them as well. Then we also attach the fast start document, which you can find in the Global 10 Steps group if you search for it. We also go through this on the webinar now and again as well to go through that. So they've got the stuff there they need to get started with. Now, while we're still on the phone with that person, so whenever I sign anybody up, I stay on the phone with them when they go through the registration so that I can talk them through it. And as soon as they've paid, I know that they've paid and I can get them up and running straight away. So while I'm on the phone with that person, we get them to connect with us on Facebook. So then they just click on our profile link and add us as a friend. And then we want to add them to the relative support groups that we're in. So we add them to the Global 10 Steps group. And then I'd normally say to them when I'm on the phone to them, like you'll see a notification come up now, or that I've added you to a group called the Global 10 Steps. If you just want to click on that for me, and then the new team member will click on that link, and I'll just talk them through what the Global 10 Steps group is. I'll say this is our support group, and this is where we put welcome messages, we recognise people's achievements. We also put training videos on here as well. So whenever you come onto Facebook, it's worth having a look in this group to see what's going on. And then this is where I also point out to them the induction webinar. Now, so you can see the pinned post here is the induction webinar. It's really important that you watch this. It's about 40 minutes long, and this guide covers all the basics you need to know to start running a really successful business. And then what I also do is add them to the Team Photos group. And I'll just explain what the Team Photos group is for. And I'll also just explain to them why we need to edit the photos, the importance of doing that, to avoid any pitfalls when it comes to posting on Facebook. And then the other thing that we do then, this is still while we're on the phone with them, remember we haven't put the phone down yet on them, we're still talking them through it, is we add them to our own selling groups if they're not in there already. Then you want to add them to 2 other successful selling groups just so they can see how other people do it. So any person's other successful person's groups that you're in, it's just to add them into their groups as well. And then something else that we do then still on Facebook is we send them 3 friend suggestions to successful people in the business. So be careful who you're sending the friend suggestions to. If you're friends with people that are in the business on Facebook and they're posting your negative posts now and again, I wouldn't send a friend suggestion to that person. I want really positive people that do really well in the business, that can connect with my new team member, so they can have that positive influence while they're there on Facebook as well. Because I don't know if you noticed, but before I joined this business, my Facebook was just for the miserable people moaning all the time. So I want that to change for our new distributor, so they see successful people and it doing well. So I'd send, if I signed someone up, I'd send them a friend suggestion for Laura. I'll send them a friend suggestion for Leanne, because she's my upline and my sponsor. And then I'll also, depending on where they are, send them a friend suggestion for someone else. So if they're not local to me down here, so they're up in like Bolton somewhere, I'd send them to someone like Kev Ryder or Carolyn Blacksall, who's really successful in the business that I'm connected with on Facebook. Because when they go to the workshop there, they're connected to one of the people that are there, so they can see what they get to know each other a little bit over Facebook. Now, this is something that we got from Eamon Lynch, actually, who's the current distributor of the year. Andy Boswell done a webinar a little while ago. What they do over in Ireland is they create the group for the new person. They have some samples set up already, and they set up the group for them. They just put a cover photo on and just name it something generic, and then they add the new person to it, and they make them an admin to it just to help them save some time. Now, depending on how busy you are and what you're doing is whether you do this bit or not. Because if you're like Paula Matsakidze, are you on there, Paula? I'm sure you are. Who sponsored 11 people in really quickly. So well done, Paula, there, sponsoring all those people in. Setting up 11 groups really quickly to add people and admin to might not be very feasible. But all the videos show people how to set it up. Sometimes I like people to set up their own groups as well, just to see how committed they are. So if they get their group set up really quickly, you know they're actually committed to building this business. So this is all what we do while we're on the phone for them as well. So remember, we haven't put the phone down yet to the person after they signed up. After we've done the Facebook stuff, we'll indirect them to the resource site. Now this has changed to what it looks like on here. We get them to go to the 10steps.info, and we just explain to them to go to where it says to get started online. So you just click on this link in the middle of the page here, that will take you to some videos that will show you how to set up your group, how to get access to the products, how to edit the photos, how to protect your Facebook, and how to post on external groups. So we get them to watch their videos, and we say, when I put the phone down with you tonight, this is the first place you want to come. You want to watch these videos, and then you want to watch the induction webinar as well. And I'll say to them, I point out that you can see these tabs here of the setup checklist and the online sales process checklist. If you print them off, if you've got a printer, or you can download them onto your computer, it's a step-to-step guide really, so you can tick them off as you go through setting up your group. And then we book the 24-hour Zoom or Skype call, the getting started session on Skype. Now, if you are new to sponsoring, this will be the Skype call that your sponsor done with you when you first joined, where they just go over the setting up of your group and how to post and how to get up and running. They'll go over the sharing of the opportunity briefly. So if you are brand new to sponsoring and you haven't done one of these yet, one of the Skype calls, is to do them alongside the person that sponsored you, or if the person that sponsored you is brand new, do it with their sponsor, and then learn how they do it, and then you'll be able to do it as well, nice and easy. So we try and book that within 24 hours, if it's possible, with the person. Obviously, some people might be working a lot. Within 24 hours, that's the best time to book it. And on this page as well is where they can download Skype if you prefer using Skype. And with the Zoom's nice and simple to use. I prefer using that as well. Just type in the chat bar here, actually, just out of interest. Who uses Skype and who uses Zoom? Just type in Zoom or Skype on whatever it is that you use. Just curious, really, actually. It's not that important what one you use. So most people are using Zoom now. That's interesting. Excellent. Things on Skype, Kerry, Skype, Zoom. All right, good stuff. Right, so next, so after that, we've put the phone down to the person. We've let them go away and watch the videos. What I've done on this next page, I've explained that I'm going to do this for them already. So I've explained this next bit to them on the phone, but I haven't done it yet. I'm going to do that after I put the phone down. Okay. I'm going to post these slides into the Global 10 Steps group after the webinar, by the way, if you want to go back to them afterwards. So what we do then with our new distributors is we add them to our team messenger group. Just put a Y in the chat bar if you've got your own team messenger group, or if you're in a team messenger group. We add our new distributor into that. Now, obviously, if you are new, you haven't got your own chat group, you want to add them into your uplines group. I would say you want to really be 18%. At the 18% bonus level in the business before you kind of break off and set up your own chat group. So until then, I'd just use your uplines chat group, add the people into there, and then just post a welcome message into the chat group so your team members can welcome your new person so they feel nice and welcome and supported. And we also put a welcome message up in the Global 10 Steps group to recognise the great decision they've made in joining the business. And then what we can do to help a new distributor as well. So I don't know about you, but when I first started, I found the editing of the photos quite time consuming when I was getting used to it, because it's something I've never done before. So what I like to do to help my new distributor get up and running is I send them 10 to 15 of the top sellers with a brief description on Messenger so that they can put them into their group. Now I check all the stock before, I check that it's in stock, because if you're brand new as well, getting all the product codes and then going to the stock checker and checking it and then coming back again. I don't want my new distributor having to wait all night to get up and running. They're excited. They've joined the business. So I'm going to send them some bits ready so they can get up and running and get posting the products in and start adding their friends as soon as possible. Then we also want to send them a message, what they send, to their best friends and family that they add into the group. So here's just a brief example of the message. Hi, and the person's name. I've just added you to my new group, my new online shop called, and then whatever your shop's called. If you could also like and comment on some stuff, that would be great too. I'm just starting out, so if you could also add your friends to the group to help me, I'd be really grateful. Let me know if I can help with anything. Thanks. And then just sign it off with your name. And then you just ask them to add their real friends and family first. Now, what I mean by real friends and family first is, I don't know about you, but a lot of us have friends on Facebook that maybe, I've got friends on my Facebook I went to primary school with, and I've never spoken to them. They're just there on my Facebook because I went to school with them. I don't know why we do that, but that's something that we do online on social media. So what we do is we add our real friends and family first. Now, the way I word it is, if you was to get married, or if you was to get married all over again, the first 20 people that you'd invite to your wedding, stick them into your group first and message them first as well, because they'll be the ones that want to support you and get involved and like some stuff and comment on some stuff. And if they like one of the products you've got in there and they like you, hopefully, then they're going to say, how do I go about getting one of these? And you just want to add all the rest of your friends into your group. So then after they've done that, you just say, now just add everybody in on there. And then we do the following, which is something else that we picked up from Eamon Lynch on that Andy Boswell webinar a few months ago, is we put their photo on in our group, something like this, the add me, with a little message on the top, like this one here. Hi everyone, and welcome to my new group. I really want it to get off to a great start. I would really appreciate it if you could help me by adding as many of your friends to the group as possible. Thank you. I don't know why that question mark's there after the group, so I should be a smiley face, but it does that sometimes. Now what happens is, your really good friends and family will add some people in, and you'll get the odd person added some people in. And then what you want to get your new team member to do is to publicly thank that person on their group wall. So just Google some thank you pictures, edit them as well. Just remember to edit your pictures still with Google. Put a little frame around it, and then you thank the person by tagging them in the post. So you can see Amber here's put thank you Nadine for adding your friends to our group. Now what happens then is Nadine gets a notification that says you've been tagged in a post in this group. She goes on it and she sees that someone said thank you there. And what happens is, people really love getting recognitions for things. It's a really good part about our business is the recognition you get. I love getting recognised for different achievements. I'm sure you guys do as well. And so what happens is, Nadine might go here, oh, that's nice, I'll add a few more in. So she has a few more in. And then Amber then tags her again in another post, thanking her again. Nadine goes, oh, I quite like this, I'm going to add a few more in. And some other people see this, and they add some people in, they get a thank you post as well, and they go, oh, I want another one of those. And they add some more in. And before you know it, your new distributor's got 5 or 6 people, adding people in. It's all really exciting because their group's growing with numbers already. And a lot of those people are going to look at the products, they're going to ask questions, and it's going to get the ball rolling for that person. If you get on top of this when you first start, you can double your group numbers really quickly. We've had people go from about 30 friends on Facebook to about 2,000 people in their group in a matter of days just by doing this. And then you want to send a just curious message to the person, because obviously they ain't got a check yet because they're brand new. If you've been in the business for a while and you've got a check, you edit your check to take the clean easy bit off of it. So we don't refer to clean easy, so people don't know what it is. So they start asking questions. If you're brand new, you won't have one of those. So just a simple post like this will get people interested and wanting to know what's going on. Now, we do also put this as a pinned post in the group. Some of us teach our team to do that as well. But this message here, just curious if anyone would like to earn some extra cash, advertising stuff online like I do, comment below or message me if you're interested. Now, remember, your new distributor's got loads of friends and family she's just added to the group. And I don't know if you've noticed this as well, but there's a lot of people on Facebook that are really nosy. Has anyone noticed that? There's a lot of nosy people on Facebook. And you're going to get people messaging saying, what's this all about? What are you up to? What are you doing? And then, you are one of them, aren't you? Facebook stalker Laura. And you're going to get people messaging what it's about. And that's when they can send them the videos. They can just say, I've just started a new business. It's really exciting. I can't really go into details right now. But if I send you a couple of short videos, will you watch them for me? And they're not having to do all the talking and try and convince people that the business is good. The videos do that. Send them the videos, and if the people likes the idea and they're serious about it, then they'll come back saying, I wouldn't mind knowing a bit more. And that's when you can step in for your new team member. So we'll just let them know that I'll speak to them for you because you're brand new. And then your upline can take it from there, and you can learn as you go along. You then add them to external groups local to them. So if you're in some groups that are local to them, add them in there because we want them to be into 50 groups as soon as possible. Now, they can't join 50 groups straight away because you don't want Facebook thinking that they've been taken over by some automated system. So if it's unusual activity for them, they'll flag it up and they could stop them from joining groups for a couple of days, which won't help them get off to a good start. It'll kind of nip the excitement in the butt a bit, wouldn't it? So we add them to their local groups. Now, if you're not in any of their local groups, then join some. If you've been doing this for a while, you've been regularly joining groups, then you can join 20 groups in one go, for example. I sponsored Joe in about a week ago, who's in Isleworth, which is near Twickenham. So I just joined a load of groups around Twickenham and around Hounslow and around Brentford. And as I got approved into them, I added her into them. So I could get into as many groups as fast as possible. And then we want to put a congratulations post on their timeline, again, to pique people's interest in what they're up to. So they're kind of thinking, what's this all about? Congratulations on your new business, just working online. I hope you're doing, I'm looking forward to you earning all the extra money just by sitting at home on Facebook. And that's going to get people saying, what's this all about? What are you doing? What are you up to? And again, they just say, oh, well, I can't really go into details right now. If I sent you a couple of short videos that give you a bit of a brief overlook on it, would you watch them for me? And because they're all nosy on Facebook, then they're going to click on the videos and they're going to have a little look. And then if you follow them up, something will go, well, actually, this looks quite good. How can I get involved? And then again, as a sponsor, you help them out. You speak to the new person for them. And if they decide they want to do it, then you sponsor into their team, help them get started. Until your new person's been on a few webinars, they've actually sponsored a few people in, and you've then they've watched you on Skype, and then they've been to a couple of workshops maybe, or even one workshop, and then they're ready to do it themselves. And then you just talk them through how they want to recruit. Some new people are just happy to come in and retail. If you have new people that come in and join your team, they just want to earn 50 quid a week to doing the retail, and by all means help them do that. Don't push them towards recruitment. But if you have someone come in, and we all do, when I joined the business, I didn't come in to earn an extra 50 quid a week. I come in to earn the big money. I didn't want to waste my time not recruiting. So you want to talk to them about their warm market and recruiting, and send them a warm market recruitment message. Just an example of one here. I just wanted to mention to you about my new online business. I'm looking for people that want to do the same as me. Just wondered, who do you know that likes being on Facebook, who wants to earn some extra money? Cheers. Now, if you send this message to someone on Facebook, like one of your friends or a family member, 99 times out of 100, they say back, what is it? What is it all about? And then again, you probably know what I'm going to say now. All you get the new person to do is send them the video. So I can't really go into details right now on here. If I sent you some short videos, would you watch them for me? And they follow them up. Some of them are interested. They want to know more. And then again, as their sponsor, you help them sponsor them in by talking to them yourself, and they can listen to you on speakerphone. What I do, I get them to Zoom me or Skype me. I speak to their friend on speakerphone so they can hear me talk to them, how I do it. They can have a script in front of them to see how it's done, and they just learn as you go along. And they just speak to them daily and monitor their posts, keep their eye out for their posts. If you're in the same groups for them, you get the notifications pop up. Like their posts as well, like and comment on their posts, give them the support. And then you want to get the getting started session underway as well on Skype or Zoom, FaceTime, phone call within 24 hours so you can go through the finer details. And the getting started session is a script in the workbook on the 10steps.info. If you want to do scripts that way, you can also use the Fast Start document as a guide to do the Skype call to help people out. And that's how we start off doing that. So if you are brand new and sponsoring, if you follow this, I'm going to stick it in the Global 10 Steps group so you can follow it. You can tick it off as you go along and then just work with your upline on this getting started session calls. I might even do a training on that next week so you can get a bit of training on the Skype calls as well. But thank you very much for listening to me. Now, if you just want to listen to Laura for the last little bit, she's got something very important to go over with you. So thank you very much, everyone. I hope that helps. I'll stick it in the group when it's finished.
Thank you, Luke. Absolutely great. Excuse me there. Yeah, so that's how we get people off to a good start. If you are new, don't panic. That's the best bit of advice I can give to you, is just don't panic. Your sponsor or your successful upline is there to help at every single step of the way. So please don't be afraid to ask for help at any point of your journey on sponsoring. So Luke's just mentioned there that I've got a couple of important announcements. Well, one important announcement really, if I can find them. Give me a second. Hopefully to the right slides. Yeah, Luke, you're absolutely right. Communication is definitely the key. Just for a little point actually, Luke did mention about team messengers. So if you are in a team messenger, from experience, and I'm talking about my own team messenger here, ours gets extremely busy. It's a very chatty team messenger. So always, I advise our new team members who join to pop the team chat onto mute, so they're not getting woken up at 2, 3, 4 in the morning, girls, or waking up with a load of messages. So always tell them to pop it on mute so they're not bothered if they're at work and whatnot. But just explain to them that everybody is there to help as well. So, a few events that are coming up. Now, workshops are imperative to your business. It's not Cheryl, would you believe, Luke? These workshops are imperative. If you want a successful business and if you want to get the big money, like Luke was just talking about, then you have to be attending these events. Do what you can to get there. I've never missed a workshop yet, actually, and I don't think I would ever intend to miss one. There's only going to be one a couple of hours away from you, maximum. At one point, there used to only be one in Birmingham, so I think Michelle's lucky that they're all around the place now. So the first one we've got coming up is in Yorkshire, and it's with Karen Boardman and Kevin Ryder. All the details can be found at www.10steps.info. Click there, and you'll find all the details for each venue. It is between 10 and 2. Please be there from 9:30 onwards. And that's on Sunday, the 29th of January. Thank you, Luke. Sunday, the 29th of January. So get that in your diary now. You've got 2 weeks still. So get it in your diary and make plans and find out how you're going to get there. Got the Bristol event with Tracy Payne and Harvey Kent. They are the new trainers for this event. they're just not long got up to the bronze distributor level, which basically means they've taught 2 of their team members to get to the gold distributor level. That's all they've done. So make sure to get along if you're within the Bristol area or just out on the outskirts. Again, all details can be found. It is from 10 to 2:30, and please, again, make sure you're there from 9:30 onwards. And that's on Saturday, the 11th of February. And then we're actually missing an event. There's one in Birmingham next Sunday, which is the 20. Just checking. It's the 20. No, it's next Saturday. Is it 22nd? Thank you. There is one on the 22nd in Birmingham with Abigail Coakley. Again, details will be found on the website. And Luke's just popped up there with. We've got the new South East workshop. It was the Cambridge workshop. It's now moved location. So please make sure to check that out. And that's on Saturday, the 4th of Feb. And if Luke would be nice enough to pop the times there, that would be great. And then we've got Scotland with Leanne and Michael Gilroy, who are currently in Florida just now. Did anybody watch the live video? All the addresses can be found there. That's between 11 and 3 and be there from 10:30. And that's on Saturday, the 18th of February. Thank you, Luke. So the South East workshop on Saturday, the 4th of February, is from 10:30 till 2:30. Be there from 10 onwards. And then next up, oh, there we go. It's up on the slides. Is South East. That saved a lot of hassle. So I've just given you all the details. It's with Luke Hailstone, and it's at a brand new venue. All details will be found on the website. So to book, go to www.the10steps.info. Book your places now. Some of these workshops are highly sought after, actually, and they get extremely busy because not only are they open up to us, they are open to the whole network. So it would be an absolute devastation if somebody within 10 steps couldn't get to a workshop because it was already fully booked from others within the network. So make sure you book in as soon as you can. And all dates are there. All the dates are listed. So plan it in your diary. Also, the Clean Easy live showcases that will be starting in April. Go to the DSA and click on events, and you will find you will see where your nearest Clean Easy Live is. Make sure you've got your ticket for that because that's an event, again, not to be missed. So that's it for this evening. Thank you for everybody coming on. And there you go. So Luke's just saying there, the South East event will only fit between 60 and 70 people, so do not leave it too late to book. But get booked in now and make sure that we've got as many 10 steps people there as possible. Just want to say a massive thank you to Jenny for her second time speaking on the webinar. She's done it phenomenally well. And to Louise for her fantastic advice that she's given us with regards to being at a showcase and watching a showcase. 2 different experiences there. Thanks, girls, for sharing your goals. Absolutely amazing. And a massive thank you to Luke for his phenomenal training, as always. Oh, thank you. Thank you to me for the hosting. Hopefully the gremlins weren't too bad for everybody, and I'll play you out with a video. Please make sure to watch this video and see how you can get the big bucks. But that's it for now, and I'll see you next Monday. Thanks, guys. Bye.